This is what happened to us. When Israel announced the war on Gaza, I was afraid of what might happen to us, but what actually happened was far worse than I ever imagined. The war began with insane and indiscriminate bombing across all of Gaza without exception. Because we lived in a border area that was extremely dangerous, my family and I were forced to flee immediately. We left our home without taking anything with us, because we believed the displacement would be temporary. We fled to a relative's house in the same neighborhood, but slightly farther from the border. We were not alone. All of our relatives who lived near the border fled with us. There were nearly 100 people, children, women, elderly, and young men. We stayed there for only 3 days before the bombing came dangerously close, and we decided to flee again this time to an apartment belonging to relatives. Just 4 days after the war began, electricity was completely cut off from Gaza, followed by water. Getting water became extremely difficult. We were living on the 5th floor and had to carry water upstairs by hand. During this time, my father and I decided to take the risk and return to our home to bring mattresses, blankets, and some food. While we were there, the sound of drones was extremely close, and we expected to be shot at any moment, but we returned safely. We stayed in the apartment for 1 week. Then the situation became even more dangerous. The occupation began sending messages ordering civilians to move south. This was our 3rd displacement. We went to a school run by UNRWA and stayed there for only 1 day, but it was one of the most terrifying days. Bombing was very close and we received warnings telling us to take cover and stay low. At dawn, a massive wave of displacement toward the south began. This was our 4th displacement. Because of the severe overcrowding, we arrived at night without knowing where to go. We were forced to open a school and sleep inside one classroom. We had no mattresses or blankets and slept on the floor in severe cold. In the following days, every school in Deir al-Balah Khan, Yunis Rafah, and the central camps was filled with displaced people. At that point, the food crisis began. Prices skyrocketed, flour disappeared, and hunger started to consume our bodies. We had to leave before dawn and wait 5 hours in bread lines to get 1 bundle of bread. Over time, most food items disappeared from the markets. We survived on lentils and beans. There was no gas for cooking, so we cooked over fire. During this period, my family and I were living in a tent we built in the yard of a refugee school. The tent was 4 by 4 meters and housed 7 people.